Welcome back. It's halftime of the Huskers' first home game in nearly a year today as they take on the Penn State Nittany Lions. And as we do each and every week, a chance to sit down and chat with the president of the University of Nebraska, Ted Carter. And President, first off, I saw some news about Kearney being one of the top-performing rural regions in the state. I know that rural success and prosperity is something that's very important to the university, which makes sense seeing that so many of our state's residents live in rural areas. Can you talk a bit about what the University of Nebraska is doing to improve the quality of life for rural Nebraskans?
Well, there's no question that the centerpiece of our state is all about rural Nebraska. If you go back to who we are as a land-grant university going back 150 years, it's always been about the rural parts of our state. So as we initiated our new 5-year strategy, a lot of what we're doing is centered around making sure that the quality of life and how we engage with rural Nebraska is upfront and close with everything that we're doing. So we initiated a new program called Rural Prosperity Nebraska, and it is a way to make sure that we're not only bringing rural Nebraska to our university, but that we're also bringing our research and our innovation to that rural part of our state.
Thank you for letting us in on that. That is important. As when we talk about rural areas, obviously your agriculture jumps to mind and the importance that it holds for this state, especially when it comes to trying to grow our economy. Ag is such a major industry. Can you share how the university is supporting our farmers and our producers?
Well, there's no question that agriculture is the most important part of our state. $1 in $4 of our economy comes from agriculture. It is the most important industry in our state. And as I said earlier, we've never lost that part of our personality. We need to make sure that what we're doing with the extension and what we're doing with our education programs gets into all 93 counties here in the state of Nebraska. And our research here has to be there to support our farmers, to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make them successful.
Again, visiting with the University of Nebraska President Ted Carter here at halftime of the Huskers game today against Penn State. I understand that when it comes to agriculture, not only is the university doing good things for the state of Nebraska, but they're also leading the way in agriculture nationally and globally. How does the work done in Nebraska translate to a larger impact?
Well, obviously, the state of Nebraska not only feeds the United States and ourselves, but it feeds the world. By the year 2050, we will have 10 billion people on this globe, and we need to be part of how we're going to make ourselves successful. One of the programs that we have here now that just celebrated its 10-year anniversary is the Daugherty Water for Food Global Institute, and it's dedicated to making sure that we maximize every drop of water to maximize our crops. And it's already having major impact, not just only in how we grow our food here in Nebraska, but how we support the growth of food across the globe. So very exciting to know that that's happening right here in the state of Nebraska.
President, you've said in the past that you grew up in a small town. How's that influenced you as you see rural prosperity and the importance of our rural communities?
Well, I think for most Nebraskans and Husker sports fans, you might be interested to know, even though I came from the state of Rhode Island as a youth, my town would make Kearney look like a megatropolis. When I visit Kearney to me is a major town compared to where I grew up. So yeah, I'm very comfortable being in the rural parts of the state because that's part of my upbringing.
Very good. Well, President, thank you so much for sharing some insight into a very big part of our state, and that is our rural communities. Have a great week, and we'll chat again next week.
Thank you, Greg.
University President Ted Carter with us here at halftime. We've got more coming up next.